Estamos ao vivo, hein? Boa tarde a todos. Seguimos aqui com a campanha de Alan Wake. Bom, vamos lá. Continuando. Alan está louco,
Previously on Alan Wake.
Seguimos.
I'm hunted by
Bora.
the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
The truth.
Alan.
A verdade.
Shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
Tá.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Nossa, tô noiado.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan. Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
Fiquei louco.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically. I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the world
His
you've
words echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug
do
my
it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You
focused.
need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
Ixi, o maluco tá doidão.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
Get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Come, Alan. This way.
maluco aqui.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny.
Yeah!
Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. Holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
All dreams are only imagination. They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Scariest nightmare of all.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key. Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk. The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Birch, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench!
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Come out and face the music, Birch! It's time to pay the piper!
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered ass.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds! Seriously! Do you have any idea how much
Barry?
trouble you're in?
Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking...
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Corre, filho.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Oh, diabo. Que inferno. Nossa. Caralho, bicho. Ué, caralho.
There had been a generator and a work light on the balcony.
Fala, Leave, monstro. Travado aqui, tio. Acho que eu tinha que ter jogado a parada aqui, mano. Bom, vou morrer e voltar. Detonadinho. Pra gente passar essa fasezinha. Sacana. Será que é isso aqui? Vamos ver. Não era. Mas que desgraça, mano. Ah, vamos lá de novo. Tiração, mano. Por que não dá logo os 3 de uma vez, cara? Ah. Aí, Levi, nem precisei da higiene, cara.
He had no ambitions on that front. He certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here. Damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Corre, Alan. Nossa! Ô, diabo. Ai! Corre, filho.
Al! I'm here!
Nossa. Foi perto.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
Corre, Alan. Tome.
I stared at the breaking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-side stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
No susto, mas foi, né?
Channel. We turn it off. We don't want any fighting. It makes people sad. You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long. You get 3 pills in the evening. You'll sleep like a baby!
Nossa, na última bala. sussurrado. Beleza. Cadê o outro maluco? Acho que foi também. Nossa, 2 balas. Legal.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Beleza. Deu uma recompor. Maravilha. Vai pra lá, beleza. Quando vem 12 na parada, nunca é bom sinal, né, cara?
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Já tem um maluco ali, tio. Quem será?
Al! You're alive!
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it, don't worry about it!
Lá vem.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
Sai da frente, gordo. Nossa! Delícia.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Galerinha que tá assistindo, bem-vindos. Continuamos aqui no capítulo 4 de Alan Wake.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest...
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
No. Os caras estão tirando. Não é possível.
God damn it, Al, talk to me!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Nossa,
Barry!
sem lanterna,
Barry!
sem arma.
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way! Man, what a drop! And don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Ah! Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken!
Oh,
Use the
diabo.
flare, Barry!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Ótimo. Não. Ai, ai, ai. Oh, droga.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Desarmados, sem lanterna, tá fácil. Nossa. 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 O cara tá tirando, velho.
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Nossa.
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Hebreu.
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his... I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Nossa, lascou. Nossa. Corre. Vai, 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 vai. Estamos chegando, estamos chegando, estamos chegando, estamos chegando. Nossa. Maluco.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Mó rolê até a fazenda, tio. Beleza. Fala, Fabi.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Capítulo 4. A pergunta que não quer calar é: eu tiro a carne do freezer pra vocês virem ou vocês vão ficar de ramelência? Nossa,
I'm
que
trying
isso?
to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
Nossa,
I
eu
had
tô
seen
loucão.
glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger,
Boa, boa.
moving like a storm
Terceiro
from
é
one scene of destruction
tenso.
to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
Armadilhas de urso.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Rola sim, Fá, claro. Deixo separadinha aqui pra próxima. Pode crer. Cruel. Nossa, minhas costas. Ai. Ufa. Mano.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? Please! No! Don't! I'm sorry!
É, seja quem for, já foi.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real
Maluco tá
good
só o
movie.
creme, mano.
The best friends, suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
Vinagre ou só desmaiou?
I've
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
Pesado. O maluco tá preso dentro da obra dele, mano. Só pode ser.
Let me guess. Danny, huh?
Cê é louco. Total, Marcão. Cê é louco, cara. O bagulho aqui tá uma loucura, tio.
The front door was locked. I could climb out through the broken window.
Firme.
The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Só vamos.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Pegar um cafezinho aqui, né, cara? Não é porque a gente tá na loucura lutando contra o Satanás que a gente não vai tomar um cafezinho, né, cara? Normalmente tem vantagem quando tem aquelas coisinhas ali, hein, mano. Vamos ver. Opa, é lá dentro. Que barulho foi esse agora, tio? O maluco não agacha, mano. Qual é a dificuldade de fazer o boneco agachar, dar um drible? Fala, Jé, monstruoso. Conheceu o Fortezinho ontem, né, Jé? Cachorro. Carregou. Tá bom. Que isso, Jé? Você tá bem louco, tio. Respeita aqui. Respeita a Crio. Beleza, agora eu não consigo sair por essa porta, é isso? Tá bom. Ah, bom. Já tô achando que eu tava no jogo errado, no Eternal Darkness, que tudo muda a cada 5 segundos. Nossa. Cadê a farm, fazendinha? Nossa! Nossa! Não, esse cara tá tirando. O maluco jogou um moinho na minha cabeça. Nossa, nossa, sai daí, tio. Nossa, nossa, nossa. Você tá louco. Cadê? Cadê os valentão? Cadê? Toma! Também. Toma! Vamos atropelar os redneck. Nossa. Nossa. Errei. Peão. Sai. Nossa, o carro tá daquele jeito já. Não. Venha não. Beijo. Que a pedra aqui em diante, aqui era só pra fazer essa loucura. Tô achando, hein? Ah, esse cara nunca facilita, né, tio? Pra que facilitar, né? Tá tirando, oh, tá tirando. Uma reta escavadeira, cara. Os caras tá tirando mesmo. Oh, uma reta escavadeira. Para. Oh, olha isso. Que isso, tio. Não dá não. Não dá não. Palhaçada isso daí. Beleza. Diquinhas na madruga. Boa, boa. Celeirinho. Nossa! Toma na orelha. O maluco com a pátio. Nossa! Você tá louco. Você tá louco.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars. but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Al! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
Por causa do Barry.
God damn.
I'm so glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot!
Ah, ainda eu que vou ter que...
Al! We have to fight them off! I can set off more fireworks! Help you out! Al, did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped! Al, hold on! I'm trying to get the stage lights on!
Opa, costinha mesmo. Beijo. Mano, virou um Walking Dead agora, tio. Nossa, toma essa.
Keep doing this to me! Do it for Barry, please, please, please!
Cadê?
Al, please don't let me die! If I buy it, this is pretty much how I always wanted to go out! Al, this may be the most awesome moment of our entire lives!
They are trying to kill us. That's the high point of my life? Really?
Children of the Elder God! Destroy God! Damn it!
Nossa.
Back in the game! Yes!
Nossa.
Oh! What?
Nossa, agora é o holofote, pai. Nossa. Que diabos foi isso?
That was awesome!
Right Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Pega uma arma, Barry.
Hey,
Maldito.
Al! This way to the farm!
Cê é louco, o tamanho da lanterna, tio.
See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
Entendi. Oh, Fer, e aí, Fer, cachorro, tudo bem, mano? Talvez ali, hein? Bom, bom também, mano. Jogando aqui um Alan Wake antes de partir pro Control. É trancado. Tá, acho que é subir no telhado, hein? Aqui, escadinha. Marcão, ó, eu ainda não carreguei ele, velho. Acho que eu tô jogando com ele tem uma semana. Eu ainda não precisei carregar ele, velho. Tô gostando do que eu tô vendo aqui, tio.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll solve.
Ó, eu não precisei recarregar ele até agora. E deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui, vai. Provavelmente vai cair aí pra vocês. Mano, ele não moveu nada ainda da bateria. Moveu, sei lá, um quadradinho.
Best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Foda, cara. Mano, ele ainda vem com... Tudo bem, né? A bateria dele não é removível igual a do kit Charge and Play, né, cara? Mas ele vem com uma basezinha pra você... Deixa eu mostrar ela aqui pra vocês. Ele vem com uma basezinha pra carregar, né? Essa basezinha aqui, ó. Tranquilinha. Você coloca ela na mesa, né, cara? Coloca ele por cima, aqui assim, ó. Pá. E aí ele já começa a carregar, mano. Esqueminha, dá pra fazer desse jeito. Se você não quiser ficar com esse trambolinho na mesa, ele tem essa entrada aqui, né, cara? Que você pode colocar aqui, ele carrega e você continua jogando, não perde nada. Mas, bicho, é monstro, cara. É monstro mesmo, mano. Pra jogo de tiro é um bagulho assim absurdo, cara.
You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves. So how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Cê é louco, até eu que sou pagodeiro conhecia o Ozzy antes da televisão. Pelo visto o bagulho vai ficar louco aqui, hein?
Sleep. We all spend a third of our dreams in a soft embrace, somewhere between fantasy
Hey,
and
remember when I
oblivion.
got you that gig? Your
Dreams
first
have a
real
way of
writing
forcing
job. What got you
themselves into
started?
waking life,
Was this one of your
or
episodes?
vice versa. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode: The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation.
Cara, essa parte do jogo é muito foda, cara, porque eles fazem uma referência direta ali a Twilight Zone, né, cara? Aquela série de antigamente que foi refeita agora pelo Amazon Prime. Acho muito louco.
Not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream.
Ô Marcão, mas eu tinha lido por aí, cara, que a bateria dele, se você usar sem recarregar, assim, tipo, esperar acabar mesmo, é 40 horas, cara. É uma bateria de 2000 amperes, eu acho. É quase uma pilha recarregável mesmo, que a pilha recarregável da duração é 2.500, né, cara?
No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat... Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
É, mano, eu acho que, ô Marcão, que o tempo de bateria ele tá inteiramente ligado ao que o controle proporciona, né, cara? E assim, pelo que eu vi do novo controle do PlayStation, né, cara, ele tem um microfone embutido nele, né? Então você não precisa de um fonezinho pra falar com a galera. E tem toda a vibração lá do DualSense, né? Ele tem o sensor lá de sopro. Mano, isso daí deve comer uma bateria lascada, né, tio? Eu conheço jogadores, por exemplo, do Xbox que não desliga, cara, o Rumble Pack, né, cara, pra não consumir bateria também, além de o cara achar desconfortável ficar vibrando o tempo todo lá, né, mano? Então, acho que tá diretamente ligado, né, cara, a quantidade de features que tem, né? Então, cara. É isso.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
Isso é louco.
The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
Tá aqui. Temos bateria, só de menos. Aí os caras querem me derrubar, Marcão. Porra, tá rodando o que? A 60 só, mano? Deixa eu descer lá que eu acho que o pau tá comendo. Começou. Aqui não. E as cores mais pronunciadas são melhores. Deve ser o HDR, né, cara? 60 HDR. O S tá rodando a 120 HDR, se pá. Nossa! cara, o S ele é um monstrinho, né, mano? Reza a lenda que a Sony tá segurando o pack pra vender TV. Aí é foda, cara. É isso que dá quando a empresa tem outros interesses além de fazer videogame, né, cara? É complicado, cara. É complicado. Fê. Ele tá rodando no Series X, mano. Mas esse jogo aqui, ele é do 360, né? Ele teve uma melhorazinha por causa do One X, né? Mas ele tá rodando bonito, cara. Mano, tá bem bonito, cara. Esse maluco não contava que ele fica dando dibre assim, mas com o fone 7.1 isso daí não importa, porque ele me diz exatamente onde ele vai aparecer. Chupa a tecnologia. Nossa, 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 nossa. Nossa. Sai. Mano. Esses Hillbilly, tio. Ai, costinha. Da onde? Nossa, foi o choque que me acertou. Você é louco. O maluco tá jogando carro, retroescavadeira. Ô, o bagulho não tá de boa aqui não, hein, tio.
Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
Vamos para a casa dos Anders. Bora.
Be careful, Al!
Recarregado. Come bala.
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
Nossa, 2 balas. Lascou. subir. Esse barulhinho que é tipo um apitinho de fundo aí, parece aquele que faz em Senhor dos Anéis, né, mano? Quando os caras estão andando no ermo. É, mas não é que eu já tava?
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too.
Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but...
Definitely, Pat.
Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men.
Uma coisa legal desse jogo também, cara, são essas historinhas paralelas que estão interligadas à principal, mas que vai rolando, tipo, e você tem que ficar encontrando os pontos onde dá pra trigar elas, tá ligado? Muito bom. Battery, ok.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field.
É, cara, é muito boa, bicho. Eu também não tinha jogado o Alan Wake, eu joguei o Quantum Break, né, cara, que saiu pro One. Eu não joguei esse aqui no 360, mas a história é boa, cara. E é da mesma produtora, os caras são muito bons. E aí eles fizeram esse Control que tá no Game Pass agora, mano. E aí tem uma DLC do Control que liga os 3 universos, né, mano? Tipo um universo maior, interativo ali. Que porra é essa, mano? Que isso? Ah, mano, esses caras tá de tiração, cara. Não é possível. Você tá tirando, cara. Os caras tá tirando. Nossa. Os caras jogaram no trator, hein? Sai! Ah! Um trator, velho. Os caras jogaram um trator em cima de mim, velho. derrotar essa jossa. Fudeu. Eu sei lá como é que faz isso, irmão. Não, 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 não. Nossa. Corre. Corre, Alão. Não, 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 não. Ai, ai. Por que o cara não sabe vibrar? Às vezes o melhor é dar um tiro. O maluco tá bravão. Toda essa pompa e nada. Caralho, tio. Mais um exagero. Os caras jogaram um trator em cima de mim. Pra que isso?
Al? Is that you out
I
there,
had to
buddy?
find a key to get Barry out.
Yeah, it's me. Hang on. I'll try to find a key to get the door open.
Hey, what's the holdup? Come on, this place is all dusty. You know I got my allergies. Come on, Al, open the door already. Hey, let's go, man. I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this thing. Ugh. lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box. The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Come on, Al, let's get the lights on, huh? You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch.
Yeah, I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
No kidding. Those guys sound awesome.
Que foi? Que foi?
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Que legal, o maluco tem uma caixa de fusível no quarto.
Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be. Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
Mano, mas a escuridão aí é meio preguiçosa, velho. Os caras me jogaram um tanque, uma escavadeira, um trator, e aí eu venço firmeza. Os caras deixam quieto. E agora eu tô bebendo. Oh, me ajuda aí, cara.
And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
alucinando. Caraca, cara, não acaba esse capítulo, bicho.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off. I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crashed car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
Loucura, tio.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish. to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
Que doideira, tio.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault and you're gonna pay for it.
Nossa, a polícia chegou. É, galerinha, terminamos o capítulo 4. Faltam 2. Bom capítulo, cara. Bom capítulo mesmo, cê é louco. Cê é louco. Mano, esse esquema de tipo episódios assim que os caras fazem eu acho muito foda. Eu não sabia que isso vinha de Alan Wake, cara. Eu achava que o Quantum Break tinha essa pegada só dele ali, mas mano, não, pelo visto já é de antes, cara. E o som desse jogo é animal, né, cara? Nossa.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault and you're gonna pay for it.
Bom, povão, é isso. Vou interromper agora. Obrigado pela presença. E vamos que vamos. Faltam 2 capítulos agora. Um beijo para todos vocês e até a próxima.